and app permissions, you select all of them and then click on I accept and then create the app. I also have updated the readme with detailed instructions on how you can run this source code and all the prerequisites that are required to run this. Hi friends, welcome back to the trade code. This is Shankar. So in this video we are going to talk about algo trading. So basically this is going to be the first video in the series where I am going to teach you all about how you can run your strategy by coding it and then running it in the trading account. So who can actually trade using algos? So let's say, for example, you have a strategy which you have been running like a year or so, and you have been profitable running that strategy, but it requires you to be in front of the screen right from the market open till the end, and you have the tendency to skip taking stop losses when things go against the positions whatever you have made. So in these cases, algo trading can help you stay consistent irrespective of whether the markets are going against your positions or in favor of your positions. And also it will help you reduce the screen time to a great extent. It will also help you keep all these emotions out and just rely on the data. All that it takes is to code your strategy in the language of your choice. Usually Python seems to be the preferred choice when it comes to algo trading, but you can also do so in using Java, JavaScript, C Sharp, or any other language of your choice. So it requires you to code this strategy and then do couple of settings in the trading account so that your code can talk to the account and then execute trades on your behalf. All that is expected from you is to sit back, relax, and then monitor the trades whatever your algo is taking. So in this video, I am going to show you all the settings required from a trading account's perspective to enable algo trading. So I will be showing the settings with respect to Fyers account here because this is the account which I will be using throughout this video series to show how algo trading can be set up, how it can be run and things like that. So here I have logged into my trading account. Okay, so once you have logged into your Fyers account, head over to this URL myapi.fyers.in/dashboard. So this web page lists all the applications that you have created along with the applications that Fyers has created on your behalf. Here you can see there are two applications. One is My Account and the other one is Pledge. And for both these applications, the app type is Fyers app. So in our case, for algo trading, we will not be able to use any of these two because we don't have the secret visible here. All that we have is app ID in both the cases. Okay, so one more thing to note here is that the app ID is not actually visible here for both the applications. And yes, I have a user script which is running to actually hide these things. Okay, so let us go ahead and create an app for our algo. So you can give any name here. Here I'm going to give the app name as my app. Redirect URL can be basically any valid URL. Some people tend to give www.google.com, which can be given. I usually tend to give the main API URL itself. So I'm going to give myapi.fyers.in/dashboard. Description, you can give any description. Probably I will say my trading application. Okay, and we don't need any webhook. And app permissions, you select all of them and then click on I accept and then create the app. Okay, so we don't need webhooks at all, so we can delete that and now go ahead and create an app. Okay, so we got a success notification here that app got created successfully. And if you notice, the state is currently inactive because it isn't used yet, and app id is again invisible here, and secret id is also invisible. Okay, but in your case, whenever you create it, you will have a valid alphanumeric string here, or let's say alphanumeric word here, and you will also have a alphanumeric word here. So these two things will be used in your code to actually connect to your trading account and then place orders. Okay, so now that our app is created, let's head to v3 docs here. So this web page has detailed instructions on what all Fyers provides in order to help you with running your algo, and it also provides you Python and Node.js library as well. So in our case, as I earlier mentioned, Python is one of the preferred choice for coding the trading strategies. So we will also go ahead with the Python library, whatever Fyers provides. Fyers provides this API Python client which can be installed along with Python. So using this library simplifies the way we interact with the Fyers API. So this web page also has a section which talks about how we can make use of this library in our Python code in order to interact with the trading account. But let us not get into the sample code provided here. Instead, let us head to a GitHub repo which I have created. So there I have further simplified the code across login, session creation, and then the strategy running steps. So this is the GitHub repo. I will share the link to this repo in the description. If you guys can see, I also have updated the readme with detailed instructions on how you can run this source code and all the prerequisites that are required to run this and things like that. You guys can go through this in detail, and I will also go over all these steps in this video as well. So the very first thing you need is you have to install Python in your system. You need to have Python version 3.8 or higher in your system. So if you have not installed, head over to this URL and install the Python for your OS. So once that is installed, you should be able to invoke Python like this. So when you type Python and then click enter, it should take you to an interpreter. Notice the version which I am using here. I have Python version 3.9.6, but anything which is about 3.7 or 3.8 is sufficient. So I'll just suspend the interpreter. So the next thing to install is, after installing Python, is to install Fyers API v3. So this is the Python library which we just saw. So we have to install that as well. So you can click on this button here which copies the entire command and then paste it in your terminal and then run it. So in my case, I am not installing it because I already have it installed. Once you install it, you can cross check whether the installation has succeeded or not by typing something like this, pip list. So this will list all the Python packages which are installed in your system. Okay, and that should list Fyers API v3. So the next step is to download this source code. All you need to do is go to the top of the web page, click on code, and then say download zip. Click on this. It downloads the source code as a zip file. So once you download, extract it, and you should be able to see the entire source code whatever we are seeing here in this web page. So the next step is to create the API app. In our case, we already did this, and I also mentioned about app ID and secret ID, which we will be needing in the next step. So the next step is update app ID and secret ID. All that we need to do is update this login.json in the config directory of the source code. Okay, head over to the source code location, go to config directory, and then update the login.json. So I am going to edit it using text edit. You can basically use any editor of your choice. So these are the two entries which we have to update: app ID and secret ID. Go to dashboard, and here copy the app ID and secret ID. In my case, I have hidden it. In your case, it will be visible. Copy the app ID and secret ID, and then paste it in the respective app ID and secret ID values here. So once that is done, save this file. So now we are ready to run the scripts. So the very first thing to do is to log into the trading account via code. So for that, all we need to do is run this command. So we have this copy option for every command here. Just copy it, go back to the terminal or the command prompt, whatever you are using, and then run it. It says web browser is opened and log into your account to generate the access token. So let us head back to the web page which the code has opened. So here I will have to log in to my Fyers account. I'm going to enter the OTP. Okay, so the very first time after you create the API app and then you log into your account, it will ask whether this app can be trusted or not. So this is the application which you created, so you can obviously trust it. So click on accept and continue. So this will bring us back to the dashboard, API dashboard. You remember the redirect URL whatever we gave. So whatever redirect URL we give, once the login flow is completed, we will end up in that page with additional details, like say for example here we also got something called auth code, and the status, it is saying okay, code is 200. So what we will do is we will copy the entire content, entire URL, and head back to our second step. Okay, so let us see what is the second step in our readme as well. So the first step is login. We ran this command. So the second step is generating the session, where we have to invoke the session.py with the entire redirect URL. So that is what I am going to do here. I am coming back to the terminal, python session.py, and then paste the entire content whatever we got within quotes. I am going to hit enter. Okay, so now it says generating session using auth token, access token fetched and updated successfully. So what actually this does is it extracts this auth code and generates an access token. So this access token is required for your strategy script so that it can talk to your trading account, and this keeps expiring on a day-to-day basis. So every day you have to follow these 3 steps. So you have to first run the login.py. It opens a web browser. You log into your account, get the entire redirect URL, and then come to session.py, provide the entire redirect URL in quotes, and then run it, and then you should see this auth token fetched and updated successfully. This basically creates a session.json file and it updates the access token inside that file. Okay, so now the third step is to run the actual strategy. So the third step, if you see here, this is where we run the actual strategy file. So currently we don't have the strategy coded, but we will just print some basic info about your trading account to make sure that we are actually able to connect to a trading account. Okay, so let us copy this and run here strategy.py, and now it says welcome XM2442575. This is my fyers account ID, and I also have a get quote API call being made, which is actually fetching the Nifty's LTP, which is getting printed. In your case, it should print your fyers trading account ID and then the Nifty 50 index code whenever you run this. So if you are able to see these 2 lines, then you are actually ready to code your strategy and you are all set to start your journey with algo trading. So that's it for this video, guys. If you liked the content, please don't forget to smash the like button, share this video with your friends, and please don't forget to subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.